right? Did you want to start it off by like saying what's up to your channel and like explaining what we're doing?
So what's up? We're here on Ether Society. You're here with Star and Saturn, and today we're flipping the script. Instead, she's gonna interview me, and I don't know what questions she's gonna ask, so we'll see what she's got.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad we connected. I actually met this guy off TikTok. He was on live. Yeah, right? He was playing his music, or I think you were making music too, and I was like, yo.
Was it a live?
Huh?
Was it in a live?
Yeah, it was on your live, and you were like mixing your music, or I don't remember, but I thought your beats were fire. And yeah, that's how I got into your music, and then now we're here, just
going live. I mean, it can bring you new people for sure.
Yeah, for those who don't know me, I also go on live on TikTok. I am a tarot reader and a natal chart reader, so just seeing someone else that can put themselves out there to promote their music, their business, whatever skill set they have, it's really admirable to see. You know,
yeah, I feel the same, vice versa.
It takes a lot of courage.
It's hard no matter what you're doing to just scale a community and a business.
And to be consistent too, you know, and to not let the hate get to you, because no matter what you do, when you're being authentic, you're always gonna have haters that don't understand what it's like to be authentic. You know, so I appreciate you and your authenticity, your courage. I'm glad we could connect, but yes, now time for the interview. Amen. Okay, so.
But actually, TikTok, I got a grudge to hold against them.
Now I do as well.
Because they have this policy where they'll take all your money that you've gotten from gifts if you don't cash it out within like 90 days or a certain amount of days. That shit all disappears. Like, they gotta tell you that up front.
Yeah.
Because I was saving mine like a vault. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna cash this out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about that policy. And I felt mainly so bad for all the people that gifted me, that wanted to support me.
Yeah.
And they just, TikTok just takes their money.
Yeah.
Like, that part is like, come on.
They also take 53% of all of the TikTok gifts people send the creator. So
25 maybe, like, can we...
Yeah, can we do 25 at least? Like, can
creators?
we give our creators a higher incentive to keep doing what they're doing, keep bringing people on the app? Because, yeah, I feel
they're
like
the life of it.
Yeah.
They're the life of the app.
Yeah.
It keeps it alive.
I can't thank my regulars enough for showing up for me almost every live, or even the people that like pop in every other month or so. Like, it's so heartwarming to have a community, you know, even if it's through a phone. You guys are investing in our creativity, in our passion, in what we do, and that in itself keeps the inspiration going. But I just wish, TikTok, I wish it had like a higher incentive for creators. You know, like, they require so much like screen time. The creator has to be on the app, like they have to be live for a certain amount of hours, or like get like constant engagement in order for their
draining.
In order for the live to be pushed out.
The qualifications to even be monetized on a lot of platforms is kind of like steep.
I've noticed too, like, if I don't post a TikTok video before I go live, I won't get as many viewers as like when I do post a collective reading before I go live. Then I'll like get more viewers because my video is being pushed out into the For You page already, and they'll like.
I feel like though these social media platforms are gonna have to get the stick, because like all these new like generations are gonna come up and make these apps, and they're gonna compete with them, and then what? They're gonna have to change.
AKA Star, he's gonna be our guy. He gonna be our guy.
Not just me, but other people too. Like, they'll make an app and it'll be just as good as Instagram. People now, they can either use the one that pays 25 or 50%.
Exactly. There's gonna be more competition coming. So that's TikTok, crazy. Watch yourself.
Watch out. Who's coming?
All right, but for those that
get into it.
For those that don't know, Star is actually from Minnesota. Is that correct? Yeah. Do you want to?
Born and raised in Minnesota.
Yeah. And what's he doing here in LA? We want to know. So like, what was it like living in Minnesota? What was your journey from transitioning to Minnesota to here?
Well, definitely is 4 seasons, so automatically you got to endure 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And like that comes with different things. Like, I don't know, I feel like I learned a lot of responsibility from just having to like shovel snow and just.
I was just gonna say
there's
that.
times
right?
you
Like, I've
can't
never
go
seen-
out. You gotta
Yeah.
help the family shovel snow. You gotta
Yeah.
do whatever you gotta do to like, you know, get by in the winter
Mhm.
sometimes. Cause like it feels like a trek to even drive to Chipotle. Like
Yeah.
you risk your life in the ice tundra. Like if you crash like and nobody's there to pick you up, your phone dies, you could actually die. So it's
Us
like,
Californians are privileged. We're so privileged.
so I would think about that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like good morals, good Midwestern type of
Yeah.
people that are just kind of like, I don't know. I like the people that are nice though. They're
Mhm.
not like too fake most of the time.
Yeah.
A little bit passive, but
Yeah.
like generally good people in Minnesota.
Mhm.
Minneapolis is like a clean city.
Mhm.
It's been getting a lot of, you know, a lot of things have been happening in Minneapolis.
Oh, I heard.
But
yeah.
other than that, it's a nice city. You know what I mean?
What made you want to come to LA over here?
So originally, I always wanted to come here like as a kid,
uh-huh.
just seeing like, you know, the whole SoundCloud era.
Oh,
A lot
true.
of things happen over here in LA.
Yeah, pandemic.
So yeah, you look at it, or Lil Peep,
Yeah, all the
anyone-
creators.
everyone was over here at one
Yeah.
point. Like X went here for his famous No Jumper interview.
Mhm.
So many legendary underground SoundCloud era things.
Yeah.
And then, so I knew about it, but I had gone here like once to do a music video with an artist named Saphir, who we still are
cool.
connected. We
Yeah.
follow each other to this day, but she's the reason we first came out here. I got a little taste of it in like 2017, like in a different time before COVID, and it did have like a different feeling. But then later in life, I was still in Minnesota. I was working a landscaping job, and I was saving up because I had just ran into my girlfriend now on Instagram.
Right.
So I was saving up to go move to see her in Florida,
Mhm.
and then we lived over there in like Boca Raton area,
Yeah.
and then eventually we're like, the opportunity is just out in LA, so
Yeah.
came out here.
So y'all were both on the same page.
Yeah, we're like, we want to build our brands and
Yeah.
network, and here is not the
That's
place
dope.
to do it. This is
Yeah.
where old people, rich people retire. Like there's no, besides Respectables is a good bar out there, but
Yeah.
that's it. You know, the scene's out here to like, for her to grow and what she wanted to do, which
Yeah.
was fashion design at the time, and for me to spread my music.
Yeah. So how do you like it here now since you've been here for like 3 years, 4 years?
Now, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like you're afraid it'll be boring if you move anywhere else again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we will, because our families are kind of in a triangle in the US.
Right.
But, so we just kind of move around throughout the year, and
Yeah.
as much as we can see then. But we love it in LA though,
Mhm.
culture.
What has been like your best memory here?
Best memory so far in LA? I'll just have to think of one that sticks out to me. There's so many that just happen every day, you know? Like there's so
Yeah.
much to see in LA.
Mm-hmm.
But just a recent one, like Zena took me on a hike last week,
Mm-hmm.
and just a beautiful trail, only like
Yeah.
10 minutes from our house. So
Yeah.
we walked on it. It goes up to Griffith Observatory.
Okay, sick, yeah.
You've been on that trail probably.
I probably have back in my day.
But just little shit like
Yeah.
that, like being able to just see the beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
Also just being inspired by the city and like the music that it's brought me.
Mhm. Yeah.
That wouldn't have existed if I hadn't just put myself in the
I
city.
hear you. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question is what inspired you to make music and how do you reach that creative flow state when you write? Like, is it something that you just kind of download? You just start like freestyling in your head and you're like, I gotta write those down? Or do you like usually walk or do something and it just makes you feel something? Like, what's the creative process like for you when you write, when you do beats and stuff, and what inspired that?
I feel like it's a lot of like just switching between different states of mind.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
when I'm letting in the melody, then I'm just kind of like open, like just waiting for something that I like to come.
Mhm.
But I say it's some of both. Like sometimes it's a download, sometimes it's just there's no special moment or download, but it's just like I'm gonna make something until it sounds good.
Yeah, you're just fucking around with the gadgets, the buttons and stuff, and you're like, what do I like, what do I not like?
Over a few days, and then it becomes something. But there are those ones that just come to you, and you're like, oh, I have to get this out before it.
I've heard you say that as well. That like you just wrote a whole song in a day. You know, like right? Like
or sometimes usually in like an hour.
Yeah, right.
Just kind of, I like to do it all at once, whatever I'm doing.
So what have you noticed about yourself when you are in that state of, you know, you just complete it in an hour? Like, is there something you're feeling in that moment, or is it just more like drive? You just have a lot of drive, a lot of ambition, or do you just feel extreme sadness or anger, like when you're passionate or when you're bored? Like, what goes on bodily and mentally when you just...
That's loaded, but it could be a lot of those combined.
Yeah, right?
But usually, like Zena says, like, I just take like inspiration from anything that I experience in life. Like, I just have gotten used to that muscle of like you said earlier, kind of that channeling that energy and bringing it to reality. That's a muscle. When you can just pull it, get it with accuracy, and then bring it and make it something, whatever it is.
It's like interpreting the energy. You've been able to interpret the energy you experience through your music.
And it's become like a game. Like it's like my video game.
You're hella poetic. Like
It's
this
like
guy be always saying something like symbolic in the most like basic conversation. He does it, and that's what we love is your brain just operates poetically. You know, you see things in like metaphors almost. And if you didn't pursue music, what would you be doing right now?
If I never like got into making music, like I was just a listener.
Yeah.
Not like being just a listener is a bad thing. I do think it's fun to make it.
Yeah.
But let me think, honestly. Because I went to college originally for psychology.
Okay.
I only lasted like a fourth of a semester, like something. I went to Winona State University in Minnesota. And it was cool to just be there and get the little college vibe, campus vibe, but... It
wasn't your deal?
I just knew I wasn't going to waste my parents' money or my money on something that I wasn't sure of. I was like, if I'm going to do something, I got to be sure that I want to put my all into that. You know?
You were following your spirit.
Something felt like, don't do this if you're not sure. For sure.
I was just telling Star how there's a difference between your soul and your spirit. Right, your soul is like the source in you, like that.
Yeah, break that down.
And your spirit is what makes you passionate. It's what makes you like happy, excited for life. It's what keeps you going. It's that spark, that flame that ignites in you when you are making music. You know?
I've never thought about the separation between a soul and then spirit of the soul.
I actually read about it in the book I'm reading right now about alchemy. So they were mentioning how there's a difference between soul and spirit, and you do hear people say like, oh, that person got soul, or that person got spirit, you know, and it makes sense. Or like that song can have soul where it embodies like a depth, and then when people say like that song has spirit, it's like there's a lot of hopefulness to it, like a lot of like passion in it.
I feel like in a vocal, like there's soul in having color in your voice too. Like something about like... it's weird to describe.
I get it though.
The color has like, because someone said like, oh, your voice is really colorful. Like it has a lot of soul. It has a lot of like character.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's cool. Wait, what was the question even? I don't even remember what it was.
We went on a little tangent there. I think I asked you if you didn't pursue music, what would you be doing?
Yeah, okay, so I wanted to do psychology or something. I just wanted to help people or like in some way. Yeah. But I found a way to do that through music too, so.
Yeah,
there we go. The same thing I wanted to do, really.
Y'all gotta really pay attention to his lyrics because there's a lot of soul there, a lot of spirit, like just a combination of both, honestly. It's so poetic, it's so spiritual, but like you wouldn't really know that if you don't pay attention to the lyrics, because your beat is, you know, very dark wavy, electronic. Like, how would you describe your genre?
I don't know, but recently I always, well, probably Darkwave,
Yeah.
Dark Electro,
Yeah. Electro punk a little bit.
Electro punk
Yeah.
sometimes. What else? Recently it's been a little bit of grunge rock,
Yeah.
but mainly those. And then sometimes I'll hop on a hip hop record for fun if like a homie wants me
Yeah.
to or something, or if I want to.
Mhm.
But I don't like to be limited, but I tend to like that type of music, so I tend to
Yeah.
make that music.
No, I totally hear you. It's good to have your options open, but
Yeah.
also be honest and authentic with what you're feeling.
Right, like what do you want to
like.
make? Why are
Yeah.
you going to make something you don't want to make?
Exactly. And I feel like that's the biggest problem with artists that are like signed to labels.
Oh,
It depends
yeah.
what label, but
After a while, like...
yeah, you
wow.
could tell like the music is so out of touch with the character that they once had. Like
I could imagine though,
Yeah.
people like nagging you all the time, like you got to make this version of that.
mhm.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that right now. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
here'd be my advice about that. Never sign a record deal unless they're just doing an album with you. Like sign deals for an album. Give the
Mhm.
record label an album to push, but don't just sign like years of your life to a label. Like be like, I'll do an album with you, feel out the water. Like you would with anyone. Like if someone wanted to buy your painting, don't give them the whole gallery for 3 years.
Yeah.
Give them a set and try
Yeah.
it out. I feel like that's the way to approach labels, because they're not all bad. They can change your life, but
Mhm.
you just got to be smart about how you structure the deal, I guess.
Yeah.
It's important because like a lot of people are just signing contracts willy-nilly
Yeah.
out here.
And then, what would you say the message is you're trying to send out with your music? Essentially, like, what legacy do you want to leave behind? I guess not just in terms of music about your legacy, but like in life, like what do you want to be known for?
I'd say what I try to do is I try to bring out all the darkness exaggerated in a way that feels cool and digestible.
Yeah.
And has a lot of value.
Uh-huh.
In hopes that it'll like open someone's mind, just even subconsciously, or the fact they're hearing or thinking about what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I just wanted to like help them become more self-aware, or just like think about things in a new way
Mhm.
that somehow helps them. Or
Yeah.
I'd say mainly that. That's what I try to do, but I just want to leave the world a better place than when I got here. Like
Yeah.
add something that has its own life, that
Right.
gets passed on and has a bigger effect to change more people's lives than just if I worked at some 9-to-5 corporate job my whole life. you
Yeah.
know?
And I also think you have a really good balance between like I said, your darker elements, like the beat, and even the things you talk about having a lot of weight to it, but you also balance it with like some optimism, like telling the audience that y'all can change this, like this can be different, there can be a new perspective from this.
I like that.
So I like how you balance both the dark and the light, because everything in life contradicts each other, like summer and winter.
All the contrast.
Everything is a contradiction, and
Contradiction and a contrast.
yeah, the goal isn't to be perfect, right? The goal is to accept the contradictions within yourself. And when you can like make music that is a contradiction, I feel like it inspires people to, like accept their contradictions. Like, yeah, it can be like emo alternative, darker aesthetic, but
the message like brings you hope. in a
Yeah.
way, or like optimism.
exactly,
Somehow.
yeah. Or like the people that look the scariest can be like the most like heartful, like sweetest,
Yeah,
open-minded
oftentimes.
people. Yeah, and then people that like look prestigious, like
Completely
confident,
normal,
or like yeah.
they'll stab a knife in your back. It's crazy how
Like-
it works like that.
Don't judge a book by its cover, like for sure, because everything.
And also either or. There are some goth people that I'm just like, you're demonic, and I don't like that.
Or like
You know
just
what I
super
mean?
negative-minded, low
Yeah, just,
vibrational.
like,
Honestly,
negative
yeah, just don't judge a book
thoughts.
by a cover. It's, like always get to know the person before you invest all your energy into them.
I try to explain to people there's demonic goths and there's angelic goths.
Uh-huh.
And they're very different.
Yeah.
Like they'll listen to a lot of the same music and they do a lot of the same things, but
Mhm.
their mindset is different of the reason why they're doing that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's also with like almost every single type of person.
Oh yeah,
or,
every type of person.
Like
too.
even
There's good and bad ones.
yeah, even in my spiritual community, there are some spiritual workers that are in their ego that have like this darker energy to them, and there's other spiritual workers that genuinely want to help their community evolve, you know, like that are genuinely selfless. But not everyone is like that, you know, in every community. So it's really just learning how to discern energy, you know, because you can't do it just from physically seeing someone. You can't just look at someone and be like, okay, they're bad or they're good.
You gotta let them paint their energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let them paint it for you, and then you interpret what that is.
Yeah, or you can do a background check on them.
Okay. Yeah, we got Instagram now. You can like
look at their following, look at their tag. All right, next question. If you could produce a movie, what genre would it be?
Definitely psychological thriller,
Okay,
or I would do one like Chronicle from like, when was that from? Like 2012, where it feels like hand shot, but it's like a vlog of like your life. And then I would obviously act as one of the characters.
Sick. Okay, what character?
Unless I sucked at acting, then I would cast somebody else.
Nah, I think you got acting in your blood.
I tried it once. I have a short film coming out called The Adjuster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it with the Divergence album.
Sick ass.
And I acted in it, and I hired a girl, Zena, out like with the set and, you know, directing, assisting. And I wrote the script. And I'm hoping to like put it out with one of the music videos.
Yeah.
It's like an addition to the album. So you guys will get to be the judge of if my acting is trash or not.
Okay, bet. I'll let you know. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I test
okay?
it out.
I'm always real with him.
I don't know, because that's a whole new thing for me.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people briefly what the short story is about, or do you want to
short film?
Do you want to just let that be a mystery until then?
I guess I'll let them judge it when it comes out.
Or do you want to?
It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
It's inspired by a movie called Nefarious.
Okay.
And my coworker told me to watch that movie. We watched it, and it just inspired me to make my own little psychological thriller in a similar setting.
That's cool.
But it all is like, you'll see. I can't say too much.
Do you want to give just 2 words
to describe it?
Yeah. Any words.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. Shadow band.
Okay.
Shadow band.
Definitely gives me a lot to think about with that. Gives some scope.
Is that 1 word or is that 2?
That could be 2.
Okay.
I get it. I feel like that could be interpreted separately and together.
I'm excited to see what people think about it.
I'm excited to watch it, yeah. I'm excited to see what projects you keep coming out with, because there's always a new project, I feel like, every time I see you that you're working on.
That was a lot, though, for me. I don't know if I'm going to do another short film anytime soon. Unless my
it does take a lot.
Goes up.
It does take a lot of effort, energy.
To do it all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, definitely.
I wanted to do it, and then by the end of it, I was like, I don't even want to do it. But I still ended up following through, but it's like, a lot of stuff goes into making a short film. Like,
yeah.
But you can do it if you want to do it.
Yeah. That's dope that you still put yourself out there. Like, you didn't let the...
I'm like, I committed now.
Yeah.
I paid the actress. It was all set up. I'm like, all right.
Right. Yeah. No, that's so bold of you to not let your fears determine your decisions. You know, like, you feel the fear.
Powerful. When you
and
can
you're
do
like,
that,
yeah.
Those are the best moments usually, when you, like, power through the fear, and you're, like, riding on the edge of your seat, and it feels like you could fall. That's like when you feel alive.
Yeah, right?
And then you overcome it, and that's the best feeling.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like an adrenaline rush. Like, whoa, I did it. Like, it wasn't that bad after all.
I love that.
And even if it is bad, at least, like, now you know
what it was
something. Like. Exactly.
Now you know, like, what it takes if you couldn't do it.
So that brings me to the next question is, how do you remain confident and secure within your goals while not letting anxiety or fear determine your decisions? Like, how was it like?
I could give a funny answer or a serious answer.
Do both.
Okay. I don't know if my nephew or anything will ever watch this, but I would say mainly, honestly, God, just having faith in God that there's a higher creator than me that's like, I'm just a servant doing what God wants me to do and at the end of the day. It's like, who am I to be like, I'm scared to do God's mission, even though he's got a home for you at the end of the day. So that helps me a lot, having faith. I would say wanting to make my people proud, just everyone who's looking at me to be like, oh, if Star can't do it, I can't do it. Or they're looking at me for like inspiration. That keeps me going. A lot of things keep me going. A little bit of green here and there.
Yeah, right. That's always an extra plus.
Mainly those, I would say.
So
it takes the anxiety out of it. Like,
yeah. Were you always confident when pursuing your goals? What was it like before you gained the confidence and like the shift where you just locked in and fully set in?
I really thought about that.
Like, do you know when the shift happened where you just, like, was it Zena?
Probably. Zena had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, we've been dating 3 years. I've evolved a lot since I met her. Before that, it was almost like I gave too much of a F and then for a while in my life. And then I had some experiences that just like opened my mind, or even ones that led me close to death.
Yeah.
And after being so close to death and just losing perspective of who I thought I was, it let me reinvent myself.
Right.
And once I could reinvent myself and not care about who I was in the past, just be who I am now, then that was a major change, because it was like a mindset shift. Like, this is who I think I am, and I have to stay in this box because of this, this, and this that I did in my life. All that got shattered.
Yeah.
And it was just like, all that matters is the moment now.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do what you want now.
So you were, before those experiences, you often repeated cycles?
Yeah,
you know,
and
like,
I didn't even think about who I was or what my mission was. Or I just thought, I'm a person. Like, but after you're like, I'm not just a person.
Like a rat in the rat race, you thought?
Yeah, like you don't really, it's weird to explain it, but like, I think it's a point of self-awareness when you come to terms of being an adult, where you are just more self-aware.
Yeah.
And then it comes to like searching for identity, but only way you can really find identity is to go within yourself, or to God, I believe. Can't speak for other people, but that's what I believe. Like, you gotta just dig within yourself. Like, don't let it have too much weight, like what you did in the past or who you were influenced by, because it can change at any time, any day.
Yeah.
You could just have something different that makes you happy or whatever.
Did you make a lot of sacrifices in that in between, like where you just cut someone off, these people, this substance, or like?
Oh yeah, I feel like I self-isolated a lot after that, and just honed in on what I wanted to do, my skills, making beats, mixing. That all came from like after that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Let me just. I knew I had to sacrifice like a certain amount of years to even become good. So I was like, I'm ready.
I've told Star that it takes 5 to 10 years for a cycle to come into a completion. So for creators that are just starting investing in their skills and having a lot of anxiety, fear, it takes years to develop stronger skills, to develop the consistency, the self-control, the discipline to keep going.
The knowledge.
Yeah, the knowledge, exactly. So I'm curious to know, what hill are you willing to die on? Like something that's a little controversial, but like you're still like standing by it. It could be like something to do with relationship advice or career advice, life.
I'm gonna say something controversial, but excuse me. I feel like you need to keep God present in the school systems, like in the national anthem, keep it in the public schools, because I feel like it just gives so many kids like a foundation. Even if they don't adhere to Christianity or that religion, like it gives them such a good moral foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and to just feel united with everyone else in the school.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there needs to be more spiritual information on our youth, you know, like just taking our kids, the young people, into schools just talking about math, science, college, career. It's really intimidating. They don't talk about the support system that's there if you can allow your heart to be open to a higher power, you know, a higher understanding of the universe. I feel like that honestly should be talked about in school. They should teach you how to regulate your nervous system, to calm yourself down.
A lot of classes they need in there, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would have taught us how to like save money or like balance your budget more. Like, they should have a whole class dedicated to like balancing your budget as an individual.
Yeah.
Like saving for goals, like simple things like how many credit cards should you have?
Definitely in high school.
Yeah.
Maybe not like
High
elementary school.
Like an elective or something.
Yeah.
They had finance class, but it felt like they just taught you a bunch of like spreadsheet type stuff, but not, they didn't explain to you about like life or the habits you should have or like, you know. So that would be good too. I guess those are both hills that I would stand on.
I agree though. Like, it's so important to be able to calm yourself down, you know. So I agree with you on that one. I'm also curious to know, what is an ick you have? Like, or what did someone do that gave you the ick?
I hate to say it, but like, I don't like when people, I can tell they're moving in a way where their actions are all to like please the people around them.
Right.
Like, I don't trust those people.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I can just tell if you're just doing things to like, because you want to do them, or because you're just trying to please everyone that's around.
Performative.
And that feels
people.
weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have
That's
noticed
an
that.
ick.
Yeah, I see it a lot in LA, not gonna lie. People that just do things because there's a camera, you know,
can
recording
sense
them.
it too. Like, you
Yeah.
can sense it.
Yeah, like just performative energy has tainted originality, you know, creation, creators, and authenticity, you know, like it's kind of watering it down. I feel like people that do things just to perform, that do things just to gain something out of it, like those are the people that intimidate others that are trying to start their own business, that's trying
And
to
it's
start
because
their
they're
own
missing
creativity.
something. They're taking something from themselves,
Yeah.
which is like that they can go do it too, and they don't have to be envious. They don't have to be that person that wants to please everyone. Like, you can just dive deeper into who you are, and like, honestly, you've got to be that, because otherwise, what are you attracting?
Right.
A bunch of random stuff of like people that you just tried to please. Like,
Exactly.
they're not even your people.
Yeah.
You have to be yourself to then
Yeah.
your people see you for what you are.
Exactly.
They're like, that's my people.
I always tell my clients to stay authentic no matter how hard it is, because you're going to call in your soul tribe, you're going to call in the people that are meant for you when you listen to your authenticity. And it's going to be hard at first because, you know, the universe, God, they want to test you to see if you're actually down to
There will be tests.
to live the life you envision, the life you want. Like, there are going to be tests. Like, nothing in this life comes easily. You know, you're either going to get what you dream of, what your vision is, and it's going to be a long, hard journey, or you're going to settle and be miserable and stuck your whole life, you know, just constantly people pleasing and fawning over people that don't care, you know, that genuinely don't care. Like, if you don't care about yourself, other people are not going to care about you.
No, definitely. You gotta love yourself before you fill your cup and then give to others. But you also gotta think about those events that happen in your life, and it just, you look back on it, you're like, if that wouldn't have happened, then I wouldn't have been there, then I wouldn't have been there, and so on. So if you're being your authentic self in a moment, that's the only thing that's gonna open these other doors that you actually wanted to go through.
Yeah.
So it's like you could be in the right place at the right time, but in the wrong mindset or the wrong like intention. You don't even know why you're there, or why you're like
And
supposed to be there.
you've experienced both, right? You
Oh,
know, like you were talking about
Right.
earlier, how before you were just constantly in the cycle, just doing things that were, you know, not healthy essentially. So, how would you describe the journey on following your authenticity? Like how did it feel for you? Did you always feel anxious being authentic? And when did that go away, or do you still get anxious when you are trying to be authentic?
To me, for me personally, I always felt like I was like special, and maybe just for a lot of like dumb reasons, but
Yeah.
like I was born on New Year's. I just felt like as a kid, like God or someone would talk to me, or
Yeah.
like I felt like I had superpowers or something, but
Yeah.
nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
So I always felt like cool being different.
Mm-hmm.
I like being different and wearing the thing that was like, because I didn't care really.
Yeah.
My parents gave me a lot of confidence too.
Yeah.
From like a loving home.
Right.
So I was confident in myself,
Mhm.
and I didn't really. Obviously, I went through trials like everyone where I seeked approval, and
Yeah.
I learned those lessons. That's something I want to talk about. Like whatever you're listening to and absorbing is literally becoming a part of your soul. So like if you do that over time, anything you absorb becomes and influences the way you think, the way you move, the way you dress, all of it. So be like aware of what you're actually putting in your body. That would be like
Yeah.
content, music, anything.
Even
that
food.
movies, anything you digest, food too.
Yeah. Juices,
But
like
I realized
books.
that.
Yeah.
That's real. Like, even just seeing people go through music phases. Like, some kid, let's say, he's listening to hip hop growing up. He's like, wannabe, like, gangster kid or whatever,
Mhm.
listening to all that.
Mhm.
Then he starts listening to rock, and maybe it opens his mind. He's like,
Mhm.
whoa, like, I don't have to be like this. I can
Yeah.
just
I've
chill."
noticed that. Like, you see, like, aesthetic changes in people. You've seen,
Yeah.
like, character changes in people. And it goes to show that you really are what you eat. Not just,
You
like,
are.
physically, but
All of
mentally,
it.
spiritually. The
All
people
of it.
you surround yourself with, like, you're going to take on their lingo, their behavior, their mannerism, whoever you hang out with the
Yeah, you
most.
do. That's
Like,
real too.
You're going to take on their energy. Like,
It's weird because, like, I don't even want to expose her, but sometimes,
you don't have to say your name.
yeah, sometimes my girlfriend will bite her nails, and I'm always with her. And I notice sometimes I'll put my finger, I'm like, I don't even bite my nails.
Mm.
What the hell am I doing?
It's because you love her and you just want to copy.
But also humans, they're like that. They like
Yeah.
mimic mannerisms of people they're
It's,
with.
it's human nature.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I get you.
But should we do like some kind of outro?
Yeah, if you're ready for that, let me see.
I'll let you say whatever you want to say too.
Okay, I actually have one last question for you.
Okay.
How did you bag the most beautiful girl in the world? What are your secrets in maintaining this beautiful hidden gem?
1, I'm lucky.
No, you're
2,
lucky.
God. 3, happy I had good genetics, so she liked what I look like. Any other secrets? You just gotta be real. Like, you gotta find yourself, be that. Because if I wouldn't have done that, she never would have saw me and even thought about maybe talking to me, or she wouldn't know who I was.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, put yourself out there. You know, I never thought I would meet the love of my life on, like, Instagram or something, but you really can. So, like, watch the way you present yourself and approach them with respect. I feel like to get a really good female who's loyal and has, like, all the good characteristics you would want, you know, beautiful, they're gonna want you to drop everything and show that you're there for them first, before anything. A lot of people, they play too much in the middle, and I feel like if you find the right one, you gotta drop everything and you gotta go. Like, it's your time.
You gotta lock in.
It's your time to go.
That's a sign right there. Whoever's watching, that's a sign for you to lock it in right now. Don't play with someone that is
Don't
telling
play with
you.
their heart. Just cut off everyone and, like, really give it a chance, because you never know.
He's in LA now because
I'm thankful.
of her. Well, like, you
Yeah,
had
give it a
someone to
chance.
do it with, you know, like a
We couldn't have
companion.
done it without each other. She's over there, but We definitely
Hi
bounce.
guys.
She's my favorite human on this earth. Like, literally.
Knowing me, I'm crying back here a little bit.
Yeah, we have each other's back and we help each other when we need it. That's what it's all about, like forgiveness,
Yeah.
understanding they're just like a kid, like you.
I'll just leave it there so we can wrap it up. But I guess one last follow-up question is, what was most challenging in this relationship that you guys have overcome, and how did you guys overcome it?
That's tough, okay.
Your evil smirk.
Honestly,
Was it the distance, you know, like...
that we've overcome, I'd say the hardest thing for us is that our families are in 2 different states, because it's like neither of us wants to take time away from each other's family. We both love both of our families. We all get along really well.
Yeah.
So it's like balancing that is hard, but I feel like we're both adventurous in the sense that we know we have to sacrifice time with our family. That's just the reality of going to like build a career, chase your dreams, whatever it is. Like sometimes you gotta do that, but always go back to family, like give them as much time as you can.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good.
that's one of the hardest things for us. Like
Yeah.
you can overcome it, like you can find a way to balance it. Like, it's
You
not the
can
worst.
overcome anything
Yeah.
with the right person.
Because we could have both thought, oh, that's it. Our families are far apart. It'll never work.
Yeah.
But we refuse to accept that. We're like, no, we can build a home. We can make it work. And we did. So that's inspiring.
Yeah.
I feel like my younger self would be like,
Good one.
you chose a lot of the right paths.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to end it there. Thank you all if you have made it
Thank
this
you.
far.
Thank you for having
Of
me.
course.
We know
Thank
each other
you.
outside of this.
Yeah, thank you for being in my space and making the time to come out here. It was an hour drive, so I
I was happy to do it.
I appreciate the investment. Is it an investment? That's
Investment
for sure.
on your part, too.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
But then again, if you guys don't remember, I am Vanessa. My business is Saturn's Wax. I am on TikTok, Instagram. I do tarot readings, astrology readings. I still gotta do a tarot reading for you.
She's genuine. She's not going to sell you some bullshit.
That's for
She's gonna
sure.
tell you the truth.
That's for sure. But I'll hold your hand while being honest and real with you. I will. But thank you again for watching if you've made it this far, and we'll
Let me
see you
say a
next
little
time.
something.
Okay.
My name's Star. If you don't know me, I make music, Darkwave, dark electro, punk type of stuff. And I'm dropping an album called Divergence. It's gonna be out June 3rd. And that's coming up. I'm gonna be having an album release party. So I'm thinking this will be out before then, but look for that. Pull up if you're in LA and you'll see us there.
I'll definitely be there, so you'll see me too. And Zena Bay, of course. Love her. Okay.
Alright, we love you guys. Peace out.